You guys are crazy.
All right, there we go.
Hey everybody, this is Karla Silver. I am so excited to be here with you today. We're going to be talking about authentic leadership, and of course you're here because you've either received our emails, maybe one of your teammates or acquaintances recommended this webinar to you, this Zoom. Maybe you saw something on Facebook and you said, I really require to step up into the next level of leadership. And quick story, when I first got started as an entrepreneur, I don't think it matters whether or not you're in direct sales, affiliate marketing, network marketing, it doesn't matter. But I was in a direct sales company and I really was looking, I was obviously looking to build my team. Right, because that's where the most money is. And I was looking to sell products, but I was looking to sell products to new team members. And the owner of that company kept saying to me, "Be the leader." And I'd be like, "Okay, what the heck is that? How do I do that?" "Well, be the leader." And I never got a straight answer. And so my journey from a person that had lost all, when I got started as an entrepreneur, I had lost all my mojo. I had really reached a really low point in my life. And when I found direct sales, network marketing, affiliate marketing, whatever the heck you call it, I was like somebody threw me a life raft. And I knew that I was never, ever going to go back to a job again. But there were things to do. And obviously I learned the skills required for the business, but learning the skills, like how to generate a lead, what to say to those leads, how to get the information to the lead, follow up, bring someone on board, create that team. I learned all of that. But what I really struggled with was how to go from a person that was not a leader in the industry, right? Somebody that I had actually had awful self-confidence at that time because just so many awful things had happened to me. So how to go from that person that knows what to do to a place where people were willing to follow me, right? How do I get from basically somebody that gets started as a follower? You have to start as a follower. That's the only way that you can learn. But how to transition into that leadership role. Now, I want to define leadership role because people have so much stigma or interpretations around that. All I mean is by leader is somebody is willing to follow. I'm not talking about being the top income earner at your company. I'm not talking about being some hotshot social media marketer. I'm not talking about being anything, especially in the context of the conversation that we're having here today, anything other than being supremely confident in your authentic self. That is it. And that's really, we're done. I mean, honestly, that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I have a quick quote that, and then I'm going to introduce my co-host today. I'm super excited about that. I have a quote, and I actually printed this out. I only own a digital copy of Think and Grow Rich. So I printed this out so I could read it to you because I really think that Napoleon Hill got it right when he first started, when he wrote Think and Grow Rich, about the difference between followers and leaders. So let me read this real quickly to you. He wrote, Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich wrote, "Broadly speaking, there are two types of people in the world. One type is known as leaders, and the other are followers. Decide at the outset whether you intend to become a leader in your chosen calling or remain a follower. The difference in compensation is vast. The follower cannot reasonably expect the compensation to which a leader is entitled, although many followers make the mistake of expecting such pay." Now, it is not bad. I am not saying it is bad at all to be a follower. All of us, again, have been and are followers in various areas of our life. But Carrie, who I'm going to introduce you to in a second, Carrie and I have been having this conversation now for many, many months. Carrie is a co-leader of my Top Producer Mastermind, and I went on a rant in that group not too long ago, which I'll tell you about in a second. Before I do, I really want to bring Carrie out. Carrie is my co-host here today. She's also a co-leader of AuthenticU, which is our 4-week deep dive leadership intensive. And that's why you're all here today. But more importantly, here's the broad strokes. She's a best-selling author, a people builder, a culture creator, an edge pusher. She's a sought-after speaker, best-selling author, did I say that? Coach, podcast host. She's got so many talents, but she's also in real life a mom to 3 incredible human beings, a wife, and your business BFF. So Carrie, come out here and say a few words.
Hey, I'm so glad to meet you. Those of you, we were chatting before we went live, so I feel like I already know a couple of you. But yes, I'm so glad to be here. I'm glad to be here with you, Karla. And I just want to say something, because this is our encore call. So if you're watching the replay of this is the second time we've done it. And the first time you read that quote, Karla, I wanted to say something and I didn't. And it's because I'm all about Napoleon Hill. I love Think and Grow Rich. But I think that there's 2 kinds of people, but it's not leaders and followers, although that works too. But I like the idea that there are lifters and leaners. So this one I got from John Maxwell, right? But the idea that there's a kind of person who lifts other people up, and there's the kind of person that leans on them, right? That like pulls them down. And a leader is always a lifter. And so when you talked about that leadership role, right? Sometimes people are in the position of being a leader, right? They're your boss. There's someone who's quickly built, like this I've seen happen a lot. They quickly built their network marketing business. And so they're tagged as a leader, but they don't actually have the skill set to lead because they're not a lifter. And so I just wanted to say that. I agree with the leaders and followers. I divide the world a little differently. I think that there are lifters and leaners, and it's up to you to decide who you want to be.
I absolutely love that definition. Thank you, because I've been looking for, we in our conversations, we've been looking for a way not to say leader, honestly, because again, so many people have so many ideas around what that means that it can really, it can stifle what we're all about. So let me just give you just a little bit of history about how we got where we are here today. As I've had my career in direct sales and network marketing, affiliate, whatever the hell, entrepreneurship. As I've had my career, I realized early on that I had to become that person that was uplifting, right? I had to be that person in every area of my entrepreneurial life, not just because the company owner told me, but I knew that I needed to, the people had to feel comfortable following me in order to enroll them in my business. And I struggled for a long time. Like, I don't know if you guys have experienced this. Ask yourself, as you've got probably wherever company you're in, you probably have extraordinary leaders. Some of them are extraordinarily strong-minded, etc. And everybody says to you, you follow that leader and do exactly what they do. And what most people hear there is be exactly who they are too, which is exactly what happened to me, right? I'm like, okay, I have to be this person. No, I have to be that person. I have to be, who am I? Who am I? And it wasn't until years into the business where I was trying on all these different personas that a woman was speaking at an event and she said something in particular that I'm like, that, I resonate with that and I can try that on. So this process took me a long time. And one of the reasons why we are here today and will be over the next 5.5 weeks is simply because we don't want it to take a long time for you. So, and this whole thing started with a rant that I went on in my Top Producer Mastermind, which is a year-long coaching program that Carrie co-leads with me. And one day I went on this whole long leadership rant, like, guys, you have to assume the throne, right? You have to be confident, supremely confident in your ability to enroll somebody, your ability to attract somebody, how you portray yourself. And I don't like that word either, but how you be yourself in online and your videos on your website, etc. You've got to do that, or no one will ever get started with you, period. I don't care how great your system is, it just won't work that way, because people want to know and feel confident in the person that is uplifting them / leading them. And so I went on this rant, and then I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And everybody's like, no, this is exactly what we needed to hear. And Carrie and I have been talking over the past few months about how we could put a curriculum together where we could help everyone, because everyone experiences this. Everyone experiences lack of confidence. All of us. Everyone experiences, like, I got to do my Facebook Lives, but gosh, is anyone going to listen to me? Everyone experiences, I have to call my prospect, but I don't want to. Everyone experiences this gap between where our brains are and where our consciousness is right now, and where we've got to be. And we might have this in other areas of our life. You know, you might be an awesome mom, and you'd be able to lead your family. You might be in a place in your church where you feel that that's not a problem. But every single entrepreneur on the face of the planet experiences various levels of negative self-talk, imposter syndrome, all of this. So Carrie and I have really been focused on putting a curriculum together so that we can really dig deep into what's holding people back, what's holding you back, all that stuff, so that we can take you on a journey to where you need to be in a short period of time, 4 weeks. Anyway, so I'm just now blah, 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 blah. I'm going to hand it over to Carrie, because honestly, she's my secret sauce. I'll just completely lay it out there for you guys. I'm typically the how-to girl. This is how you automate your business. This is how you look at your numbers so you can scale. This is how you generate leads. This is how you do stuff. Carrie is really about the why and the digging deep internally and how to really figure out how to make that happen super easily and swiftly, because the hows cannot happen without the background being in place. So Carrie, take it away.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. We've never described ourselves as the how and the why, but we've been saying yin and yang, even though neither of us really know what either of those things are. That's so good. Okay, so you guys, I know for sure that when you work on the intangibles, the tangibles work. And Karla is brilliant at the tangibles. And nothing delights me more than to work in the intangibles, to dig around in there and I know that sounds intangible, right? But to really understand what makes a person tick and why they're stuck. And so, in working with Karla and network marketers over the past little while, I came across some really common themes. And I have a feeling those common themes are why you are here. So one of the things that was kind of pissing me off was hearing in one way or another where the network marketing company was saying a person was feeling that they needed to be duplicatable. And that meant that they needed to duplicate exactly what their upline did or someone else that they were trying to emulate did. And so I just sort of want to ask this question to you guys, because really that's how I like to work, is to just start talking to people. But are you guys in that place? You can just give me, and anybody, you can turn on your cameras, you don't have to hide. But are you guys in this place in your business where your brain knows what to do, but there's something inside of you that doesn't feel right doing it? So just give me a yes in the chat, or getting a nod from Nancy.
Carla, how come all I can see is me? What happened?
Wait, I can see everybody. I don't know. Maybe you clicked something.
I think I did. Okay, I'll just look at me. It's okay.
You're beautiful, and you might try, if you mute yourself, you might be able to see us, but also if you go to the top right corner of your screen, I think there's a button you can click that'll say speaker view, or I forget what the other view is called.
Gallery.
Yeah, if you want gallery.
There we go.
Here we
What's
are.
your question you
I don't
asked,
have to look
Carrie?
at me. Good, thank you.
Well, I just asked.
I learned something today.
Good.
Learned how to go to the gallery.
Good. The question I asked was about, I mean, I'm guessing because you guys have read our emails and you're here, right? We wrote a lot in those emails about the common pain that I saw, which was people saying, I know I need to do this stuff, but I don't feel like I'm in integrity. I don't feel like I'm being honest if I say the script or if I do what they're telling me to do. I don't feel like I'm going to be in integrity if I say that because, and this is what I hear all the time, I'm not there yet. I don't have a big team yet. I haven't made $1 million yet. So how do people feel like they're in this catch-22, or how do I present myself as a leader and still stay in integrity and still tell the truth? And I saw that over and over and over again and went, oh, no. Well, so I guess my first question is, are you guys there? Is that where you are? If you're not there, where are you? What's caused you to want to be here on this call today? I'm reading Josette's.
You can type or you can unmute yourself.
Yeah.
I'm here for more confidence and to see what other people who, not just the world out there that I don't know, but people that I do know, how they will react to me and how I come across. I have no idea. People say things about me and they say it's all wonderful, but is it really true? And I did a couple of lives and it was ridiculous. I sang a song, if you're happy and you know it, clap. And my friends all thought it was great, but I'm sure it wouldn't go over very well in the business. So that's where I'm at. I'm going from if you're happy and you know it to I want to really know.
So I'm confused by that. So you did lives and you did, and that's who you really are. You're the I'm happy and I know it person. Mm-hmm. So the gap for you is feeling confident being the if you're happy and you know it person in a professional setting.
I don't know if that's appropriate. I mean, I know Molly Mahoney is awesome, and she's crazy, but I don't feel like I'm a crazy person. I just feel like I have inward happiness that I'd like to share. Not that she's crazy, you know what I'm saying?
She's crazy.
Yeah.
Agree with me.
I couldn't pull that off.
We all love Molly.
Anyway, I just want to be me, and I'm not sure who I am. Let's put it that way.
So beautifully said. Oh my goodness. Okay, I could talk about that for a really long time, but I want to find out what everybody else has going on. So I'm going to put a pin in that. But oh my goodness, if that is you, by the way, that's like week 1 and 2 of our program is getting to that core of like, who am I really? And what do I do with her or him? Anybody else want to share their struggle, why they're here?
I'm Roz. I think obviously I know why I'm here. I have incredible leadership in my company, and I'm like you said, I know what to do, but there's something in me I'm stuck. I'm just stuck. I don't know why. I really have no idea. Limited belief in myself, maybe, could be. I've always been really strong, and for some reason in the last year to year and a half, I kind of lost my mojo, I guess.
Usually, and we'll do this in AuthenticU also, but usually we think I have a block or I have a limiting belief. But what it usually is actually a values conflict. It's that you've got 2 beliefs two strong beliefs and they conflict with each other, or there's a conflict in values with them. So if we use that example that I was talking about before, which is I need to do what the company's exactly right. I need to follow exactly how it's supposed to be done because I believe in this. I believe in the system. I believe in the products. I see that when people do it this way, it works, right? So and I believe in the stated values of the company, and there's all of that, right? That's strong belief. And there's the value behind, I don't know it's not obedience necessarily, but it's oh gosh, I'm a loss for
Many
word.
companies call it being coachable.
Okay, yeah, being coachable, just doing the right thing. There's a whole thing around a good girl system, good girl. Being a good girl, doing it right. There's that thing. And then there's the other value, which we were talking about, which is I shall not tell a lie, right? I'm not going to be a manipulative person. And if when you are saying the right things or doing the right things according to the one value, if that bumps up against the other value, which is, but is this the whole truth? Or gosh, this feels self-serving when I'm doing it this way, right? Then you're stuck. Then you can't move. And so that's what Karla and I like. That's that place, the in-between place, the friction. That's what we're here to help people with. We're here to like lubricate that and get you to a place internally where, and Karla, I can see you're chomping at the bit to say, but I got one more thing, where you can like slide from one place to the other where they don't have to conflict. Because until we address that, it's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah,
like
where it's more fluid, where it's fluid and you don't feel like, you're hitting a wall.
And then it makes you nervous and you're sweating and you're stumbling over your words and you're like, because there's like a conversation in the, it's like when you're trying to talk to someone and listen to someone else at the same time. That's what's happening. And it's exhausting and it's depleting and it's demoralizing because just like you said, you feel like you've lost your mojo. So Karla, I think you have something to say on that. And then I see some new faces and I know we could talk forever. So
well, and then we'll go to Diane's question. I just have a couple, here's how it manifested for me in one instance of my life. I knew that I had this course in me. This was 3 years ago. And so it was May. And I decided that I was going to put Top Producer Academy together. You guys probably all have heard of that. I was going to put Top Producer Academy together. Maybe it was a little bit longer. But it was May. And I spent 6 months working every day, putting that class together, getting nothing done. I showed up in my office and worked 8 hours every day and literally got almost nothing done because I was bumping up against my next level limit. I had a serious case of the imposter syndrome. Like, oh yeah, I could say, I've made all this money and I've mastered this and I've helped other people do that. But for some reason, I had bumped up against mine. So again, guys, we're all looking to take our leadership, and we're calling it leadership in this conversation, to that next level. So to eliminate whatever is holding you. And it manifests in different ways. For me, it was manifesting in working really hard and telling Don, I'm going out and working we had a little office in our backyard. I'm going to go out and work on my course. I'm going to get this done. And I never got it done until I fixed whatever that thing was that was holding me back. So Diane has another question for you, Carrie. She wants to try to understand why she holds herself back.
So the short answer is we all hold ourselves back to protect ourselves. Like there's always, our subconscious does funny things, but really stop ourselves from stepping into our greatness because our subconscious thinks it's doing the right thing. So the best example I can have of that is actually to talk about my mom. So I hope that she never watches this because she loves me so much.
You're cutting in and out, or I'm not hearing you very well.
Oh, sorry. I'm moving around. Let me mute.
There you go.
Okay. And I'm going to mute Nancy because she's got a little bit of background noise. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about my mom. And no, my mother loves me so much. But my whole life, I wanted to do basically what I do now. And I still, don't get me wrong, I still have bigger goals, right? Truth be told, I'm the next Oprah. I mean, I know there's no one can replace Oprah, right? But like, that's the trajectory of my path, is that I get paid to talk to people, to help them, to lift them up, to point them in the right direction, and to share awesomeness. So that shows up in lots of fun ways in my experience right now. And I know that it's going to get bigger. But so when I was a little kid, I wanted to be an actress or be on TV, or even, I mean, I can remember little things like getting the lead in the school play. Like, I knew I'm doing that. And my mom, this is one of those, like, bless her heart, right? My mom would have these moments where she would want to spare me disappointment. And so she would lovingly say, well, Carrie, lots of little girls want to grow up to be, you know, the next, I don't know who the next Julia Roberts, right? Lots of people think they can be Oprah. But really, what is that voice in my head? It's the one who says, who are you to think that you're Oprah, right? Who are you to think that you can be that leader in your company? Why do you think they'd listen to you, right? What's so special about you? And so that's why. That's why, I mean, literally for me, it's the voice of my mom, but all of us have that voice, and it's just trying to protect us. The thing is, we don't need protecting. So we are amazing human beings with unique and special gifts, talents, abilities. When we get in, if we haven't even really talked about the course, Karla, but if you choose to join AuthenticU, one of the things we're going to do is redefine your strengths and weaknesses. And it's one of the most empowering things, because you recognize, oh, what I'm uniquely good at. Like, why should they listen to me? Because of this thing. So anyways, that's why we hold ourselves back, is because there's a voice somewhere inside of us that believes it's protecting us. That's all I have to say about that.
Well, this would be a good time, I think, to extend an invitation. Honestly, you're all here to find out about AuthenticU, and AuthenticU is just that. It is an 8-week deep dive into finding out what makes you tick, identifying those limiting beliefs and crushing them, building your self-confidence so you have 100% self-confidence in what you do and what your plans are, so that you aren't bumping up like I did against that upper limit consistently, and wondering why I'm not taking that next step. Why am I not getting those results? Why are people not getting started with me? Why am I not making the money that I need to make and need and want to make? Why am I not getting my goals? And eliminating those, so that, and giving you, most importantly, the tools, because we're always going to have to be adjusting, right? We're giving you the tools that you can use moving forward to continue that trajectory in the direction that you want to go. Plus, in the last week, I'm going to share something called the alter ego effect that I learned from one of my coaches that I absolutely love. It's another tool that you can use that so many top athletes, performers, singers, actresses, politicians use to go right through that barrier. Even just leaving it there, but going right through it and ignoring it. So it is a hands-on. We are limiting the size of the classroom. We can't work with 50 people, right? It just doesn't work this way. It's very, very hands-on. We'll meet twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11 a.m. Pacific. Now, it never works for everyone. Is that correct, Carrie?
I think so. I'm gonna check. I thought it was noon, so I'm double checking.
Oh, it might be noon. I don't know. Let me know. It never is going to work perfectly in anyone's schedule. We're all moving stuff around so that we can tune in at those times for an hour every single Tuesday and Thursday for 4 solid weeks. There will be homework. This is inner work So there's not work like, hey, you know, go set up your Twitter page or something like that. That's not stuff like that. This is inner work so that you can, thank you, May 15th start, so that you can move forward there. And one other thing I wanted to say. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 weeks, limited class size, and again, this inner work. Now, this is a beta version of the course. The reason why we're doing a beta is because, frankly, we are looking for transformation, and we are looking for some solid testimonials that we can use when we officially launch the course. The course will launch because of the high touch and because of the transformation as a result. Will launch, we're thinking about $1,497. For the beta group is $497. It is $1,000 off. So it's $4,000. If you already know that this is something that you want to do, you'll want to go to karlasilver.com/AuthenticU. U is in the letter U, not Y-O-U. AuthenticU, and get yourself in the class so that you can begin the transformation with us week after next. We're starting in a week and a half from now. Carrie, anything to add to that?
Yeah, just about the beta is this, what we're bringing together. Like Karla and I know this works, so I don't want you guys like going, oh, it's an experiment. Like the experiment is these are all tried and true methods that she and I have used separately. We've never done it together. We've never taught the course together, but I don't want you coming in feeling like you're, you know, like, I don't know, like a medical hamster or something. It's, you will get transformation. What we're looking for.
We're going to do human testing.
Yeah. Yes. No injections, nothing like that. But we are looking for people who are willing to do the work. And I know that everybody who's here now seems to be that, right? That you're open to looking at yourself. You're already asking the right questions, which is, I don't get it. I believe in myself. I think I believe in myself. Then why am I struggling? But it is whenever we look at ourselves, right? We're always willing to look at ourselves. And then what we find can be empowering. It can be shocking. It can, oftentimes I think people are sad that they waited so long to look, but it can be a roller coaster. And so we're asking for people who are committing to being on the ride, committing to getting through all 4 weeks for this reason, right? It's a beta. We want, however many people complete the program, we want that many incredible, powerful, oh my goodness, transformational, I am ready to go now kind of stories. So I just wanted to say that, yeah, it's a deal, but this is the only time we're offering it at this price, but we really are looking for the right people who are willing to go all in and play with us, be with us, be fully present with us for those 4 weeks.
And this is work that must be done.
Yeah.
If you're going to get to where you want to be. And yes, like me, you can do it on your own. I took a frick of a long time to get it done for myself. And in our hearts, we want to accelerate that process for as many people, as many entrepreneurs as we possibly can, not because we're so great, but because we know that this one piece of the puzzle can solve the how, right? It can solve so much for every entrepreneur, because all of us go through the imposter syndrome. All of us wonder, am I good enough? All of us hesitate to take that next step forward. And all of us could use a shot of confidence, unlimited confidence, unlimited confidence in making mistakes, right? I am so cool. That's one of the things that I've developed. Like, I have no problem making as many mistakes as possible, but that's something that I've fixed. I've done what I needed to do to fix my internal reluctance to make mistakes, now that's something that I can do. And if I can help other people crash through that barrier, and I know Carrie wants to help people crash through that self-confidence barrier and get that taken care of so that you can build the business that you deserve to build. As you guys know, I'm big into that profitable network marketing, lifestyle business. It's one thing to be profitable, but we all know leaders out there that are making a boatload of money and have zero life, right? Or we have people that have zero life and zero money. So we have to build and automate, right? That's important, but you can't get that done properly because still people get started with people. So that person here must be whole enough to lead anybody that wants to get started and show them by their confidence, their vibe. It is that vibe, right? It's that unknown juice that goes out into the universe that is extended from your being. I'm getting a little woo-woo. Off to you, Carrie.
I live for the woo. I wanted to say something because I thought about this yesterday on my run, and I was driving home from my run, and I was like recording this to Karla before I forgot. But on one of the things that we sent, we got a reply from someone, and she said, "Why am I confident in some areas of my life and not in others?" And Roz, you touched on that a little bit, feeling like I'm confident, like where'd my mojo go? And I know Karla's story from the beginning of like, I was this corporate lady, I could sell anything. Why wasn't I confident in network marketing? And I also, Karla, want to call BS on what you said, where you said, I did it myself. Because you didn't. You hired so many coaches along the way. You had people, you could have done it faster for sure, but I don't think anybody can do this by yourself because perspective is really hard to get unless you have somebody else hold up a mirror, right? Like, so Karla, you just had all kinds of different people in your life holding up the mirror to
I had people.
Yeah. So what we want to do, right, is intensively do that. Squeeze it, make it, shorten that, I don't know, it's not a learning curve, right? But that growth curve without having to go years of just bumping into the right people who were kind and brave enough to hold up the mirror for you. But I was thinking a lot about that question, why am I confident in some areas of my life and not others? And I think this is the crux of what AuthenticU is all about, is recognizing that you can be confident like Karla was, right? Karla was a confident woman. She knew her stuff. She knew she had value, even though, there were some circumstances in her life or whatever. Like she knew in her core, I'm confident, and yet insecure, right? That you could feel confident. You could be confident and also deeply insecure at the same time. And I was like, oh yeah, that's because it's what I would call conditional or situational confidence, right? You're confident in a certain skill set. You're confident in a certain ability that you have, but you're, I'm saying you, but it's someone can still be deeply insecure because of exactly that word you used, Karla. You said like being a whole person is, you can call it self-love. I wrote the word today. Karla says unshakable confidence. I would call it unconditional confidence, right? This idea of I am complete and whole and lovable and wonderful and enough, right? Having that really true sense of self. So I think it was Nancy in the beginning of the call said, I don't even know really who I am. Like being so secure in who you are and what you're about. And it's amazing when you have that gift, right? With that comes confidence. With that comes actually beautiful boundaries, which are incredibly important when you're trying to build a lifestyle business. And it's that intangible thing that other people want. Because most of us are running around out there feeling confident in some areas of our life, but deeply insecure about who we are. And so that's really, at the core of what it is. When you get that unshakable confidence, that unconditional confidence, when you get deeply secure about who you are and what you have to share. And I think we're afraid to look. Most of us are afraid to look because we're like, what if I look and I'm not awesome? What if I look and I'm like, just, I'm not all that, right? That's that voice we talked about, Nancy. But when we really look and we discover our amazingness, that's when everything shifts. And that's when then you go to automate and you can speak your truth. And you can, I was telling everybody before this call, I was recently on a podcast and I had sort of an embarrassing moment where like snot actually came out of my nose. And there was a video and like, I don't think you can see it that well, but I was like, I need to just say that this happened because what if someone does see it and it's awkward if I ignore it? So where you can do that and just own all of it, right? You can just own all of who you are and know that the right people are coming. And if they're not the right people, like that's okay. And not feel that angst that so many of us feel like, did I do it right? Should I have said this? What could I do to change their mind? Like you just have that unshakable confidence. And then that's when you can become a leader. So like that, when we talk in all of our marketing for AuthenticU, we talk about the one thing that must happen for your business to really take off is that you have to learn how to be an authentic leader. But I just gave you the secret to being an authentic leader, which is just standing fully in your truth. And that's what AuthenticU is about, is getting you to that place where you can stand fully in your truth. And then at the end, we've got some stuff about, how to create a culture of success, like how to take that and lift other people up to do the same.
So guys, the class is about half full. So if this is for you and you're ready to take that next step, the link is in the chat. Make sure to secure your seat. Everything will be the other questions I get. Everything is going to be recorded and put in somewhere where you can access. I haven't built that part yet, but somewhere where you can access them, whether it's a membership site or a website somewhere, so that you've got that, so that you can always refer back to that. That'll be your assets moving forward. Thank you, Diane. Welcome aboard. Yay. Excited to have you. Josette, congratulations. Welcome.
I'm super excited. And if I can just make a quick comment.
Can't hear you.
Oh.
Barely can hear you, I should say.
Okay, hold on. Let's try this. I'm going to move closer. Is this any better?
Yep. A little bit.
A little bit? Okay, I'll just talk really loud. I just want to make a comment about something that Karla mentioned earlier about making mistakes, because my profession is one where you have to get continuous education every year. So I'm a big believer in that. I'm a big believer in being self-aware. And I know my strengths and my weaknesses. I'm kind of excited to go through the course to see if there's some I don't know about. So I'm interested to discover that. But my favorite quote, it's an anonymous quote that nobody has taken credit for it, but it is, every expert was once an amateur. So we have to practice. We have to make mistakes. And I love the idea of this course because, like I said, I think I know what my weaknesses are. I think I know what my stumbling block is. And it goes back to what Carrie said with the conflict in values, because there's a value that I have in doing what I want to do with network marketing. I have a perception that that industry conflicts with one of my values. And that's the part that I want to go through the self-discovery and be able to fix. So I'm super excited to join you guys. I hope you can hear that.
Yes, I'm so excited. I was waiting to see if Karla would say anything, but I'm like, I feel like an evil mad scientist right now. Like, I'm so excited because everybody thinks they know their strengths and weaknesses, but they're almost never what some of them usually, like there's a few things that we're like, okay, yeah, of course. But I won't give it all away, but I'll just say that a strength is not necessarily something you're great at. And a weakness is not necessarily something that you're bad at. All right, that's it. That's all I'm giving.
Any last questions, guys?
Yeah, I mean, Duncan, we haven't heard anything from you, but I want you guys, I mean, we did a Zoom call. We wanted to tell you about the course, but we also are just here to serve. If you've got, a situation or a sticking point that you need help with, that's why we're here. You've got us. Use us.
This is for people that are looking to bust through those upper limits. This is for people that are open, obviously, to some high-level coaching that will help you take that next big step. We're not looking to help you take a little step. We're looking to help you take a big step. It's definitely not about skills and fundamentals, as I mentioned before. This is for people that are looking to play bigger. I know that I'm anxious to go through the class myself because I want to play a bigger game, right? And stop playing small. Confidence, and you want to know that deep down that you have what that person is looking for, right? We know that theoretically, right? We can see around us at whatever company we're at, there's people having success, but how do we know that I have that thing? So that when somebody comes to me, I am 100% confident that I can help them, right? There's another thing that people bump into a lot. So definitely make a choice. I said this the other day. Now is the time as a marketer where I have to tell you that you have 15 seconds to make a decision and the countdown clock is happening. And if you don't do it, you'll be a failure forever, all that stuff. But I am not. This is totally up to you. We want people that are that do have that burning desire to be part of the course. And we're excited to work with you. So of course, go to karlasilver.com/AuthenticU. karlasilver.com/ I can't help myself. karlasilver.com/AuthenticU. I'm a marketer at heart. That must have been what I was meant to do when I was born on the planet, even though that back then nobody had even thought of the internet. As a matter of fact, Gore wasn't even born yet. So go to karlasilver.com/AuthenticU. There's a ton of information on that page, and just click through and get your registration done. And as a matter of fact, your homework will be right there. If you can't do it right then and there, you'll get an email that'll send you back to your homework, and you can get started preparing for the course immediately. I want you guys to take your time. We've just got a questionnaire for you guys to fill out so that we can get to know you a little bit better and help you. But please take your time doing that. And the cool thing is that it's on a Google Doc, which is, I haven't used them for this kind of thing before, but it's on a Google Doc so that you can go back and revise and add and think about stuff. It's not just a thing where you just send it in and it's done. So you've got your homework to do, and then we'll be using that to begin our course, so we'll know where everybody is. I can't wait to see all of you. If I don't see you before, I'll see you on May 15th at noon Pacific. Either I'll see you live or I'll see you recorded. Carrie, it's been my absolute pleasure to be here on this webinar with you today. I love, love, love you. I'm looking forward to welcoming each and every one of you into the course. Let's help each other, raise up each other, so that we can get over these humps and build the tools that we need to build so that we can see the next one. Because frankly, there will be another one and another one, and another one. So here's to unshakable confidence. Go to karlasilver.com/AuthenticU.
Can't help yourself.
Bye, everybody. Big love from me to you. Hi, Diane. Bye, you guys.
Oh, I can end the recording now.